Besides a few weirdos on social media, nobody has Rachel Zegler's back more than mass media. And now the shaming campaign begins. We've all been wondering, okay, what's her take on her entire reputation being torn down by using her own words back on her, okay? And given the fact that the strike is still going on and the only thing that she can really talk about is how I was in that dress for 18 hours and I deserve to be paid. Okay, Rachel, you're not helping your cause out any. You're supposed to be a little bit more likable, and maybe people will come around to you. You can just bat those eyes and go, you know what, that mid bitch, she really isn't that bad. Okay, she's a little insufferable, but who isn't at 22? And everybody was dogpiling Gina Carano. And you know what? Walt Disney, who cares what he would have thought about your performance? You go, girl. It's 2023. But with all that, union-related red tape, she can't really come out and defend herself. So guess what? Oh, all of the pencil-necked geeks and all of the writers' rooms, they'll come out and they'll simp for her. So major companies start apologizing to Rachel Zegler over Snow White controversy. Why they didn't simp hard enough? Is that basically the impetus of this? Unless you've been in an internet hiatus over the past couple of weeks, you will have heard about the Snow White drama. Thanks, DeSherdo. So fantastic reporting. You see, the movie has already been off to a bad start, and it's not even coming out for another 6 months. So this stuff, oh my god, eventually, who knows when that strike's going to end, because they still haven't negotiated at all. I think there was one offer that was vociferously and swiftly turned down by the unions. Yeah, there's no scheduled meetings. No time soon, at least. Okay. People accusing Disney of running out of ideas by remaking all of its animated classics in a live-action form. Yeah, we already thought that, but then it was kind of justifiable because, on the other hand, the likes of Lion King, Aladdin, even Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, their quality was from middling to acceptable, but they were also raking in a whole bunch of money. And then with the big stumble, because they kind of overreached when it came to their wokeness, with the Little Mermaid remake, which, spoilers, they turned another redheaded character into a strong, independent black woman. I know, right? Unique idea, but now they've got Snow White being portrayed by... Yeah, exactly. Instead of trying to endear herself to the audience by saying it's going to be, it'll be a new take, but you know what? Hey, I have praise for the original source material. Love the source material. I wouldn't replace it for the world, but we're just trying to do something a little bit different this time around. If you give us a chance, we will go ahead and exceed your expectations. Just do a whole bunch of flowery stuff like that, but no. We ain't thinking like some entitled 22-year-old who's been handpicked by Steven Spielberg to become the new up-and-coming starlet, okay? Just take a look at her resume. If you don't believe me, she has every single hallmark of a up-and-coming A-list celebrity. She's going to be handed all of those roles because guess what? She generates chatter. This is a clout game, guys. That's what Hollywood is. So like her or not, she's going to be here for a while until she gets to that apathy phase. We aren't even near a third of the power that Dylan Mulvaney generated. Like, this isn't even close, guys. Just wait for her to make her comeback, and then we can go ahead and assess, because she's going to have something spicy in the chamber. No pun on Mexican heritage. Zegler, who is playing the titular princess in the updated Snow White, has received a severe backlash after resurfaced interviews showed her slamming the original movie. This isn't 1937 anymore. Oh my god. And suggesting the prince was a stalker. She also spoke about changing the narrative to focus on female empowerment rather than love. Though dating back to 2022. Yeah, it was right at the end. Actually, it's coming up on about a year. Christ, because we're almost at the end of 2023. That's sad. Her comments have been doing the rounds online of late, sparking a heated debate and a straight-up vitriol from her harshest critics. However, one company is attempting to make amends by apologizing to Zegler. Girlboss, of course, a media company aimed at helping strong and ambitious women to succeed. Why do we need those in 2023? Basically, women have, it's not so much caught up, they have lapped and now put up the gates behind them, locked all the doors, locked all the windows so that the guys that they so-called got out from underneath the heel of, well, now they don't have any of the opportunities. There's no, what would be the appropriate analogy to Girlboss? Dude bro? There's no dude bro organization out there trying to help men. But there's all of these stupid female empowerment groups out there. just astroturfing all of these untalented celebrities that are out there. And that's why there really is no up-and-coming next generation of A-list actors. What, like, Ryan Gosling, isn't he in his 40s? Like, that's about the youngest guy I can think of that has any star power. Chris Pratt, I think he's in his 40s as well. Like, everybody, those are about your youngest comparisons. Everybody else, bro, Johnny Depp, Tom Cruise, those are about the only guys that are, up and at 'em and somewhat relevant. I don't even think Depp's doing like mainstream projects even now that his name has finally been cleared, because yeah, he was accused by, guess what, another one of those entitled girl bosses astroturfed to success. Probably, if we take a look at Girlboss or any of their affiliates, they were probably on the Amber Heard train, but they got caught up with the Snow White chat, sharing content about Zegler that didn't speak up in her favor. So they're just trying to clout shark off of this. However, the firm has said it's time to think about the impact that they had. Taking to Instagram, the Girlboss team tagged the actress, writing, "We owe you an apology. Recently, we shared some content in our newsletter and our social media accounts about interviews you've been doing for your upcoming Snow White remake. They were probably taken out of context by evil right-wing bigots, or in actuality just going, wow, she actually said that? Those were the words. In full context? In full context. Wow, that's awfully stupid. We're sorry we played your words back. Not that you said them, you blithering idiot, but we're sorry that we shared them. In the days following, we began to wonder if we spoke too quickly and too harshly." What are you talking about? When the TikTok videos and news articles first came out and about the comments you made in your interviews, we were eager to join in on the conversation with cheeky memes and his sassy quips, not realizing that we're doing it at your expense. I'd imagine they were probably just trying to throw in some of those corporate memes that everybody looks at and goes, "Ugh, God," and then just, takes the funny approach to it, because they were probably just trying to say, "Oh, look at how empowered she is. Oh, guess what? Oh, maybe the prince, he really was kind of a stalker, huh?" Probably had a picture of her looking like that. When you look this snow bright, who cares if you're not exactly Snow White? It's probably something that goddamn terrible. Corporate memes are fucking AIDS. So yeah, that's one public relations company that's coming out and trying to grift off of Zegler now that most of the hysteria is wound down, because, well, most of her past has kind of been combed through, and good for her that she's only 22. That's another reason she always go after younger women anyways, not in an attacking sense, but just in a, you know what I mean, okay? Because their history isn't that voluminous, or at least it shouldn't be. And Christ Almighty, Nina Agdal at 22 probably had about 222. Anyways, now that the companies are starting to come in and try to shore up her defenses, well, now the media is going to be going on the offense. Rachel Zegler was right to criticize Snow White. How dare Disney fans attack her? Exactly. How do you know that she wouldn't be good as Snow White, right? Tori Brazier, film and entertainment reporter. She's got the goods, guys. This is going to be cancer. The internet is absolutely destroying Rachel Zegler, and rightfully so. Her hypocrisy, narcissism, and poor attitude are disgusting and unbecoming. Okay, fantastic. Just stop your article right there and then just sign it off at the bottom, and it's fantastic. That's the caption. Damn it. On X, user wrote alongside a video blasting 22-year-old actress views on the upcoming live-action Snow White remake she stars in, and suggesting she is not contradicting herself, which she wasn't. She was contradicting herself, which she wasn't. What are you talking about? She is not Disney princess coded. What the oh my god, this is just social justice nonsense. What they mean by that is she doesn't look like Snow White. She doesn't present herself as a Disney princess, for as insufferable when it comes to feminism as Emma Watson is, Hermione from Harry Potter. She made a pretty damn good, I think she was Belle. It was either Belle or Cinderella. No, it wasn't Cinderella. It was definitely Belle. She fit the part. The way that she carries herself, yeah, if it wasn't for feminism, she would actually be happy with her life. But now she's just a, dried up old sack. Oh, well. Complained another person. Oh, of course, that would have been on TikTok. She's not Disney princess coded. Just speak English, you asshole. Slamming her comments in the interview about Snow White. That girl gets uglier the more she talks. Absolutely. Here's one uncomfortable truth, okay? When you're a guy trying to attract a woman, if you're not the best looking, if you're not the tallest, if you're not in the best shape or anything like that, as long as you comport yourself and you carry yourself in a competent and accomplished light, you can definitely raise your sexual market value. As for women, you could be the baddest bitch to the bone, but the moment that you open up your mouth, then you just end up dropping your points, okay? Men can talk their way up, women can only talk their way down. That's just the way that things are, okay? Just because you can have a good conversation, okay, if you're still a 3 at the end of the day, you're not getting any more attractive. Those are just the cold hard facts. Her crime, daring to criticize the original 1937 Disney animation. No, she didn't. All she did was just try to foist modern-day politics, modern-day intersectional dynamics onto a timeless classic, thinking that her interpretation was going to somehow be better, and Gal Gadot's as well. We can't just go ahead and leave that plank of wood out of the conversation. No, she's not going to be saved by the prince. Raising some perfectly valid points in the process. You've asserted that multiple times, you piss-stinking box wine enthusiast. I have no idea what you're talking about. She's made some good points, though. Okay, what points are you talking about? Shut up, sexist. Okay. Landing the role after finding it frightening as a child. Exactly, after she said and she posted originally. Okay, maybe that was when she was being, as this asshole would say, she was not being hypocritical. She said that she had great love for being a Disney princess. She showed off herself in a Snow White costume growing up as well, and then just simply said, I didn't like the film. I threw it away after I watched it once. I was frightened by it. So either you're being hypocritical or you're just being a liar. Pick your own poison, man, okay? But not a poisoned apple. I think that's Cinderella, right? Oh, no, that's Sleeping Beauty. My mistake. I don't have my Disney princess references on point. My mistake. Those perfectly normal comments led to perfectly normal. No. Why do you think, if you unironically think this way, if you are so committed to the narrative and you think that those comments are perfectly normal, that says more about you. If you can't put yourself in other people's shoes in order to figure out why exactly everybody is running wild with these interview clips, you are not fit for purpose. But then again, we live in such a gynocentric social order. Of course, all of these default feminists that are out there are just going to go ahead and be able to run wild, brother, trying to take the oh yes, it led to a social media storm trying to bring the actress down as a longtime Disney fan. It shows. It makes me, quite frankly, ashamed to be associated with it anyway with this group. No, trust me, you're perfect for modern day Disney. As well as the online trolls fanning the flames of anger without any proper context. Exactly. Like, take a look at her. Take a look at this. She is, like, bro, okay, if you're going to go ahead and cast her as, I don't even, like, she could have been Jasmine, I guess, okay? Like, she's got that vaguely brown-ish appearance. Like, what, she's half Polish and half, I forget, and frankly, I don't really care because, you know, outside of doing these videos, I legitimately don't think about this bitch for a fucking moment because she's not my type. She is what I think of when somebody says mid. Okay, yeah, so maybe, there it is. I'm being a little hypocritical at this point in time. I don't think about her until somebody brings up, what's a mid chick? Rachel Zegler, 1000% from an aesthetic perspective, right? Because when you factor in, you know, personality, the imago, the personnel, and the rest of the stuff on top of that, yeah, no, she goes down, okay? She might as well be packing on an additional 200 pounds to compensate for her personality. But the way that all of these opinion pieces are coming up, I'd imagine, Tori, if your introduction is anywhere as indicative as the rest of your writing, we'll save each other the brain cancer. You go ahead and keep it all to yourself and stuff it in that fluffy dress that you have right there. The criticism of Rachel Zegler is 1000% valid. And the fact that the major companies and then also media is starting to run cover for her, we know the next evolution in this. You're already setting up the foundations that anybody who criticizes Snow White is a racist, sexist, bigot. It's the same cycle that you guys have been using time and time again. It's never going to get boring because you continue to make the same mistakes and our jokes just continue to get far more funny. So continue to suck. I'll just be here continuing to make you the butt of every joke. And somebody's got to give Rachel Zegler a butt because God knows that nobody gave her the memo. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.